Lonely night, music that says nothing. Late at night, the lights go out one by one. The city slowly catches its breath. Even the glow outside the window falls silent. And at the end of the day, only I remain quietly watching time pass by. I almost wanna hold on to something, then realize that doing nothing feels more fitting tonight. I don't need to choose my words, my heart already understands enough. As even the ticking clock fades away, my thoughts begin to drift softly apart. Without saying you did well, without whispering it's okay. It feels like I'm allowed to stay just as I am. A name crosses my mind, then disappears as if nothing happened. The feelings that stay without being held, breathe quietly, lingering at the same pace as me. This night doesn't ask questions, why it happened, why it stayed. It's a time that needs no answers, a heart that needs no explanation. That alone is enough. Or music that says nothing slowly fills the room. Gentle comfort seeps in like warm air, slipping through the empty spaces of my heart. Even a day I didn't handle well, even feelings I couldn't let go of. This night not silently telling me it's okay not to sort everything out. I don't have to look back, I don't have to rush what's ahead. Just staying quietly in this moment is already enough. Leaning by the window, breathing softly. The night grows deeper, the music grows lower, leaving behind only the things that don't need to be said. Names no one calls, time no one rushes. Within that stillness I remain for a while as nothing at all. And somehow that feels most like me. Late at night, music that says nothing gently wraps up the end of today, allowing me a brief rest before stepping into tomorrow. I don't have to reach for you, for my heart to move your way. Even without calling, your name stays late at night, quietly resting in the corners of my thoughts. I go through the day like nothing's wrong, but when the world slows down, I always stop at the same place. Pretending I'm fine has become almost natural. Now I can smile when someone asks, say I'm doing well, and it doesn't even sound like a lie anymore. But at night I allow myself to be honest, just for a little while. Instead of saying I miss you, I choose silence again. I practice not waiting, convincing myself gently that letting go doesn't mean forgetting. Some feelings stay even when you don't ask them to. As the lights outside fade one by one, the noise inside me settles too. Longing takes its place carefully, without hurting, without demanding attention. sits beside me, soft and patient, more than wanting to go back. There's a calm in staying where I am. I'm starting to understand why not chasing can feel like peace. Some choices quiet the heart instead of breaking it. Feelings that ask for nothing tend to last the longest. Words left unspoken breathe deeper than the ones we say. Sometimes distance is the kindest form of closeness, a space where respect lives. This night doesn't question me, why I don't reach out, why I don't wait anymore. In a time that needs no answers, I find myself a little closer to who I am now. Missing someone isn't always sadness. On nights like this it feels like a calm breath, staying quiet beside me. It doesn't disappear even when it goes nowhere. Now I know I can miss you without holding on. I can feel deeply without moving closer. Some connections exist without touch or words. The music plays low, the night grows deeper, but this feeling doesn't rush. It moves slowly at the pace of understanding, teaching me how to stay right where I am tonight again. I miss you without chasing, letting the feeling pass gently, turning silence into something that feels almost like peace. The night comes in without asking, slipping gently through the room. Lights grow softer, and the world finally loosens its grip. I don't need to follow every thought tonight. I let them pass like shadows on the wall. The quiet feels heavier at first, then slowly turns kind. There's comfort in not explaining, in letting the silence stay unfinished. Nothing is pulling me forward, nothing is holding me back. This moment is enough. I move through the hours slowly, not chasing the next thing to feel. Every sound knows its place, every breath finds its rhythm. The music doesn't interrupt, it simply stays like a presence that understands. Outside, the city fades into distance. Inside, my thoughts do the same. I don't need answers tonight, I don't need direction. There's peace in drifting gently without needing a reason why. Tonight feels a little farther than usual, like the space between thoughts has grown wider. I'm here but not completely, moving slowly through the hours, as if something inside me stayed behind. Nothing is wrong, but nothing feels close either. Voices fade quicker, lights seem softer than they should. I don't feel lost, just gently out of reach, even from myself. For anyone who feels distant tonight, this quiet is for you. Not to fix what's broken, not to pull you back too fast, but to sit beside you until the feeling loosens on its own. I don't need explanations right now, I don't need to trace every reason. Some nights are meant to blur the edges, to let emotions exist without giving them names. The music moves care. There's nothing I wanna explain tonight, no story I need to finish. The feeling arrives quietly, without a shape, without a name, and I let it stay the way it is. I've said enough during the day, answered more than I needed to. Now the night asks for less, and I'm grateful for the silence that doesn't expect anything back. No words, just a kind of feeling that settles slowly in my chest. Not heavy, not light, just present, like a breath I didn't realize I was holding. The music doesn't lead or follow, it simply moves beside me. Every sound knows when to fade, when to leave space untouched. Nothing is rushed here, nothing is forced to mean more. I think about the moments that didn't need talking, the looks that said enough, the pauses that felt complete. Some feelings lose their truth the moment we try to explain them. Tonight I let everything be unfinished. Thoughts drift without direction, emotions soften at the edges. I don't ask where they came from or how long they'll stay. This moment doesn't require answer. No word, just a kind of feeling moving gently through the room. It doesn't ask to be understood, only to be noticed for as long as it lasts. The rhythm stays low and steady, like a quiet heartbeat in the dark. It reminds me that calm isn't something you find, it's something you allow when you stop reaching for clarity. I don't feel alone, but I don't feel surrounded either. There's comfort in that in-between, a space where nothing presses in, where I can rest without becoming smaller. As the night stretches on, the feeling remains unnamed, and that feels right. Some things are meant to pass through us with a loop, leaving a trace of language behind. Just music, just a moment, just a kind of feeling that doesn't need words to feel real. without feeling like I'm falling behind. Without asking, without leaving, I remain where the moment feels gentle. Not holding on, not letting go, just allowing what's here to be enough. The night doesn't rush me, it doesn't tell me what comes next. Lights fade softly outside the window, and the silence feels less empty, more like space I can breathe in. The music stays low and patient, never pulling me toward a chorus. It knows how to repeat without changing, how to stay familiar without becoming heavy. I think about all the times I try to choose too quickly, mistaking motion for certainty. Tonight reminds me that stillness can also be a decision, one that asks for trust instead of control. Without asking for reassurance, I feel calmer than before. Without leaving what matters, I feel lighter somehow. This balance wasn't something I planned, it arrived when I stopped trying to name it. The rhythm moves like a quiet pulse, steady but almost invisible. It doesn't lead me anywhere, it simply stays close, matching the pace of my breath. I don't need closure tonight, I don't need to know where this ends. Some moments are meant to stay open, soft at the edges, unfinished in a way that feels kind. As the hours pass, nothing changes dramatically, and that feels right. Without asking, without leaving, I stay, not out of fear, but because this calm is real. Just music, just the night, and a feeling that doesn't need movement to feel alive. Midnight arrives without sound, like it doesn't wanna be noticed. The room feels wider than before, and my thoughts begin to move more freely than they did all day. During the hours of light, I keep everything in order, give answers that make sense, walk forward without slowing down. But at midnight, my thoughts loosen their shape and stop asking to be useful. Some memories surface quietly, not to hurt, just to remind me they're still here. They don't need attention, they don't need to stay, they pass through like reflections on glass. Midnight thoughts are different, they don't demand decisions, they don't push or pull. They simply exist, floating somewhere between what was and what might be. The music stays calm and steady, never interrupting the silence. It knows how to remain unnoticed, how to blend into the air until it feels like part of the night itself. I stopped trying to solve anything, I let questions rest unanswered. Some clarity only appears when you stop searching for it, when you allow stillness to take the lead. Outside, the city breathes slowly. Inside, I begin to match its rhythm. The distance between one thought and the next grows softer, leaving space to simply be. Midnight doesn't judge the pace, it doesn't measure progress. It reminds me that moving gently is still movement, and rest is not the same as stopping. As the night deepens, my thoughts become lighter, not gone, just quieter, as if they found a place to sit without speaking. This music isn't here to guide me, it's here to stay in the background, holding the silence together until it feels complete. Thoughts don't need conclusions, they don't need a direction to follow. They exist for a moment, long enough to remind me that calm is something I already carry. And when the night finally moves on, these thoughts will fade naturally, leaving behind a steady
You don't
breath.
look at me the way
Quiet
I don't ask
mind,
why anymore.
and the feeling that nothing needed to be
Some change arrive quietly, slipping into the space where certainty used to live. I remember how easy it felt back then, how moments didn't need explaining. We moved without thinking ahead, trusted the silence between words. Now everything feels slower, as if time learned to hesitate. You still smile the same way, but it doesn't stay as long. I notice things I never questioned, the pauses, the distance in your voice. Not enough to break anything, just enough to feel different. I don't wanna return to before, I don't wanna chase what faded. I only wanna understand how something can change without becoming wrong. The music stays gentle, matching the weight of memory. It doesn't rise or fall too much, just repeats like a thought that hasn't decided where to go. I think of all the moments we didn't realize were fragile, how familiarity disguised itself as permanence. Nothing warned us, it simply shifted, one quiet moment at a time. You don't touch the way you did before, and somehow that hurts less than I expected. I've learned that missing something doesn't always has to be fixed, only acknowledged. The night feels honest about it. doesn't promise return, doesn't push for closure. It lets the feeling exist without telling me what it should become. Maybe this is how we grow, not by losing everything at once, but by noticing what no longer stays the same. Learning to hold memory without letting it pull us backward. The rhythm moves steadily, never to demand the attention. It gives space for reflection, for breathing through the distance. I stay with the feeling, not resisting and not asking it to leave. You don't love the way you did before, and I finally accept that this isn't a failure, it's a shift, a softer truth, one I can carry without needing answers. Tonight I let the memory rest, not erased, not reclaimed, just placed gently where it belongs, inside a song that knows how to, without repeat, with you breaking. Lately everything feels distant, not far enough to disappear, not close enough to touch. I move through familiar places, but something in the air feels slightly out of reach. Conversations sound the same, yet then somewhere else I listen, I respond. I play my part just fine, but inside I'm standing a step away from myself. It's not loneliness, not exactly. It's more like watching life through softened glass, where colors blur gently and nothing cuts too deep. I remember when things felt immediate, when emotions arrived without delay. Now they take their time, approaching slowly, as if asking permission before they stay. The music understands this distance, it doesn't try to pull me closer, it stays steady, leaving room between the notes, allowing silence to finish the sentences. Being distant doesn't always mean empty. Sometimes it's a pause, a quiet adjustment between who I was and who I'm becoming. A space where nothing is demanded. I stop forcing clarity, stop chasing intensity. There's relief in not needing every moment to feel sharp. Soft edges have their own truth. The night carries this feeling well. Lights fade without urgency. Streets breathe slower and distance becomes something I can sit with instead of escape from. I don't rush back toward closeness, I don't step further away. I stay right here where the feeling is gentle, where nothing pulls too hard in either direction. The rhythm stays low and consistent, like a heartbeat heard from another room. It reminds me that distance is still connection, just quieter, just slower. Maybe this is a kind of balance, not fully
not as a problem to solve, but as a state to pass through. Some nights aren't meant to bring answers, only calm. And if I feel closer tomorrow, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine too. For now, being distant is enough. I'm not standing at the edge anymore. Not ready to jump, not ready to turn back. I've learned how to stay in the middle, where nothing asks too much of me. The world keeps moving quietly, as if it knows I need time. Every question feels softer now. I don't chase answers like I used to. I let them pass me by like headlights on a distant road, close enough to notice, far enough not to blind me. I used to believe clarity arrived loudly, with certainty and sharp direction. Now I know it comes differently, in pauses and delays, in moments where nothing happens, but something settles. I'm waiting for a sign, not a dramatic one. No sudden revelation, no voice cutting through the dark. Just something small, something quiet enough to trust. The night understands this patience. It doesn't rush the morning, it lets thoughts drift until they lose their weight, until even uncertainty feels manageable. I replay conversations in my head, not to fix them, but to hear what wasn't said. Sometimes silence explains more than words ever could. There's comfort in not moving forward yet, in admitting I don't know, in allowing space between intention and action, between wanting and becoming. The rhythm stays slow, and even like breathing I don't have to control. It holds me steady without pulling me anywhere, reminding me that stillness is not failure. I don't need reassurance tonight, I don't need proof, I only need to feel that staying here is allowed. So I wait, not with expectation, but with openness. If the sign comes, I'll see it. If it doesn't, this moment is still complete. Some nights aren't crossroads, they're resting places, and maybe that's enough. To pause without guilt, to listen without pressure, to exist without direction. I'm still waiting for a sign, but I'm no longer afraid how long it takes. Carry these words for longer than I knew, letting them rest behind quiet smiles. They waited through moments that felt almost right, through nights that asked nothing of me. I learned how to stay comfortable in silence, how to nod instead of speak, how to turn feelings into something harmless. It was easier that way, less risk, less weight. But something shifted without warning, not loudly, not dramatically, just a gentle pressure, like a thought returning too many times.
comes, I finally say what I've been holding. Not because I'm brave, but because keeping it quiet started to feel heavier than letting it out. The words don't come perfectly, they arrive uneven, soft around the edges, but they're honest, and that feels new. I don't expect answers, I don't wait for reassurance. This isn't about what comes next, it's about the moment where truth finally breathes. The room doesn't change, the night stays calm, but something inside me loosens its grip, as if it's been waiting for permission to rest. I used to believe saying nothing kept everything safe. Now I know silence can also be a distance, one that slowly grows without being noticed. So I speak, not to interrupt the web, but to step back into it, to remind myself that my voice belongs here too. The rhythm stays gentle, like a steady pulse beneath the surface. It doesn't rush the feeling, it lets each word settle before moving on. If this changes something, I'll accept it. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Some truths matter simply because they're spoken. Tonight I finally say it, not loudly, not dramatically, just clearly enough for myself to hear. And that somehow feels like enough. I never meant to interrupt your life, I just appear between your habits, somewhere between what you planned or what actually happened. I know timing is never kind, and moments don't ask permission. You had your rhythm, your days arranged just enough to make sense. Then something shifted, not enough to break it, but enough to be noticed. I didn't arrive like a question, I arrived like a pause, the kind you feel before deciding whether to keep moving or stop for a second longer. I watched you hesitate, not because you were unsure, but because certainty can be dangerous too. When something feels real, it asks for space. I don't wanna rearrange your world, I don't wanna be a disruption. I just wanna exist quietly in the spaces you haven't named yet. Sometimes we meet people not to change direction, but to remind ourselves that other paths are possible. That choice doesn't always scream, sometimes it whispers. The nights grew heavier after that, not uncomfortable, just full. Thoughts lingered longer, songs felt closer, silence meant more than before. I never asked you to choose, I never asked you to stay. I only stayed honest about what this felt like, unfinished, but real enough to matter. The rhythm moves slowly, as if it understands restraint. Nothing rushes forward, nothing pulls away. It leaves room for breath, for doubt, for consideration. If I interrupted your life, I hope it wasn't chaos, I hope it was a moment of clarity, a soft disruption that made you notice your own heartbeat again. Some connections are brief but not
possession to ask a question, not demand an answer. So if I fade back into your days, let it be gently, no regret, no tension, just the quiet knowledge that something real passed through, even if it didn't stay. I never meant to interrupt your life, only to remind you that it was still moving, still open, still yours. I don't even know why it still stays with me, the way your name appears without being called. It doesn't arrive with emotion anymore, just a quiet familiarity, like a street I've walked too many times. Nothing dramatic ever happened, no clear beginning, no clear ending, just a slow accumulation of moments that never asked to be defined, but somehow stay. I tell myself it doesn't matter now, the time has already moved on, and most days I believe it, but sometimes the smallest things bring it back. The sound, a light, a pause in conversation. I don't even know why I remember details that didn't matter then, the way silence felt comfortable, the way nothing needed explanation. It was simple, and that's what makes it linger. This isn't longing, not exactly, it's more like recognition, seeing something familiar pass by again, without reaching for it. The night makes space for this feeling, it doesn't ask questions, it lets thoughts arrive and leave on their own schedule without forcing closure. I used to think understanding what's necessary to move on. Now I know some things aren't meant to be solved, they exist quietly, asking only to be acknowledged. The rhythm stays steady, never rising too high. It holds the mood in balance, like a memory that no longer hurts, but hasn't disappeared either. I don't replay the past to change it, I revisit it to see who I was, how easily I felt connected, how naturally I trusted moments to be enough. Maybe that's why it remains, not because of what it was, but because of what it showed me about myself. I don't need to name this feeling, I don't need to trace it back. Some thoughts don't require answers to be valid, so I let it pass through tonight without resistance. If it fades tomorrow, that's fine. If it stays a little longer, I'll let it. I don't even know why, and for once I don't feel the need to know. I don't need the spotlight anymore, don't need my name held in the air. I've learned how heavy attention can feel when it lingers too long. Sometimes being seen is louder than being understood. I move my focus away on purpose, not out of fear, but out of care for what's quiet. There's a comfort in the unnoticed moments where nothing expects a reaction and nothing needs to be explained. I used to measure meaning by how closely it watched me, still be acknowledged. It exists whether anyone looks or not. When attention fades, space opens, thoughts breathe slower, feelings settle into their natural shape without being conformed for someone else's understanding. The night doesn't demand focus, it allows drifting. Lights soften, sounds lose their edges, and even uncertainty feels less dramatic. I turn my attention from what pulls too hard, from conversations that want answers I'm not ready to give. There's no urgency in this distance, only relief. The rhythm stays subtle, never asking to be followed closely. It moves like background motion, present but not demanding, giving the mind permission to wander without direction. I don't disappear when attention leaves. I become clearer, less defined by reaction, more shaped by instinct. This quiet is not absence, it's alignment. Some feelings grow better without observation. They settle honestly when no one is watching. They don't rush to become something they are not yet ready to be. I let the world keep moving without needing to track me. I stay where I am, undisturbed, uninterrupted, unmeasured. Attention can wait, I don't need it tonight. There's enough meaning in this calm, in this steady moment where nothing reaches for me. So I turn my attention away, not to escape, but to return to something quieter, something truer, something that doesn't need proof. There's a quiet moment after everything fades, when the noise steps back and I finally hear myself. No reflections, no expectations, no versions of me built for someone else's comfort. I've spent time becoming readable, easy to understand, careful not to take up too much space. I learned how to soften edges, how to agree without deciding, how to disappear politely. But tonight there's only me, not improved, not explained, just present enough to feel real again. I don't need to be impressive here, I don't need to be certain. This moment isn't asking for clarity, only honesty. And honesty doesn't rush. I notice how calm feels different when no one is watching. Thoughts slow naturally, emotions settle where they belong, without being shaped by response or approval. I used to confuse being needed with being known. Now I understand the difference. Being alone isn't empty when it's chosen, it's spacious. The rhythm stays gentle, steady like a breath I don't control. It doesn't build toward anything, it stays where it is. simply where I am now. Clearer, quieter, lighter. If the world asks again tomorrow, I'll answer when I'm ready. But tonight belongs to no one else. No labels, no demands, no borrowed meaning. I let the silence stay longer than usual. It doesn't rush to be filled. It holds me gently, like it understands that I don't need to become anything to be enough. There's relief in this simplicity. No performance, no translation, just existing without context, without direction, without pressure. So I stay here a while with nothing to prove, only me as I am, in a moment that doesn't ask for more, and for once that feels complete. Now when I talk, I move a little slower, choosing words that feel true instead of words that sound right. I'm not filling the space anymore, not reaching for reactions before I understand myself. There was a time I spoke to be heard, to stay visible, to keep moments from slipping away. I thought silence meant distance, and distance meant loss. So I talked even when I wasn't ready. But something changed quietly, not suddenly, not because of one moment, just a gradual understanding that not every thought needs to arrive out loud. Now when I talk, it's because something matters enough to leave me, not because I'm afraid of what happens if it stays inside. I notice how conversations feel lighter when they aren't rushed, how meaning settles deeper when it's allowed to breathe before being spoken. The night listens differently, it doesn't interrupt, it lets pauses stretch until they become comfortable, until silence stops feeling empty and starts feeling intentional. I used to explain myself carefully, layer by layer, hoping to be understood completely. Now I know understanding doesn't require everything at once, it grows over time. The rhythm stays calm and steady, never pushing forward, it mirrors the way I speak now. Measured, unforced, comfortable with space between each line. If words don't come tonight, that's fine. If they do, they'll arrive honestly, without decoration, without defense. I'm not quieter because I'm unsure, I'm quieter because I'm listening to myself, to the moment, to what doesn't need to be rushed into meaning. There's clarity in this restraint, relief in not explaining everything. Some truths are stronger when they're spoken once, slowly and left to resonate.
It's intentional, it's grounded, it's enough. And when I don't, that's enough too.
I don't miss you in the noise, not in crowded rooms or loud moments filled with distraction. You don't appear there anymore. You arrive somewhere softer, where nothing is trying to replace you. I miss you in the quiet, when the day finally loosens its grip and thoughts slow down on their own. That's when your presence feels the clearest, not as a memory, but as a feeling that never fully left. It's strange how absence works. It doesn't announce itself, it settles gently in pauses between words and spaces where something used to be without needing to be named. I go through familiar motions, days shaped by routine. Most of the time I'm fine, but then there are moments that don't belong to anyone else, and suddenly they belong to you. I don't reach for you anymore. I don't replay what could have been. This isn't long in the way it once was. It's quieter than that, more patient, almost respectful. The night understands this version of missing. It doesn't dramatize it, it lets it exist without asking it to grow or disappear. Sometimes it's just a breath that feels unfinished. Sometimes it's a song that feels closer than expected. Nothing overwhelming, just enough to notice the rhythm stays slow and steady, like footsteps heard from far away. It doesn't chase emotion, it allows it to arrive at its own pace, then leave without resistance. I miss you most when nothing else is happening, when there's no reason to be distracted, when stillness makes room for honesty. I don't wish for you to return, I don't wish to go back. I simply acknowledge what remains, a connection that's softened but never completely faded. Maybe missing someone doesn't always mean wanting more. Sometimes it's just recognition of what mattered, of what shapes you quietly, without asking for permanence. So I sit with it tonight, without judgment. Missing you in the quiet feels gentle now, like a reminder that something real once existed. And that's enough. It's a kind of feeling that doesn't ask to be understood. It arrives without explanation, rests for a moment, then stays longer than expected. Not heavy enough to hurt, not light enough to ignore. I notice it when the day slows down, when the world stops asking questions. It's there in the quiet routine, a glance at the window, a pause before sleep, a breath I didn't know I was holding. This feeling doesn't belong to one memory or one person. It's made of fragments, half-finished thoughts, unspoken intentions, moments that felt complete without needing a reason. I don't try to name without announcing itself. The night carries it gently, streetlights blurring a warmth, sounds soften around the edges, and this feeling settles in like it knows it won't be interrupted. I don't chase it, I don't hold on to it too tightly. I've learned how fragile meaning becomes when forced. This feeling grows best when left alone. The rhythm stays low and patient, a steady pulse beneath the surface. It doesn't rise to demand attention, it stays consistent like reassurance. I don't need to hear out loud. I used to search for certain tiny emotions like this. Now I understand, not everything meaningful points somewhere else. Some feelings are destinations themselves. This one doesn't promise change, it doesn't warn of loss. It simply exists in the space between thinking and knowing, between holding on and letting go. I sit with it tonight, without expectation. No conclusions, no next steps, just awareness. If it fades tomorrow, that's okay. If it stays, I'll welcome it quietly. This kind of feeling doesn't need to last forever to be real. For now it's enough to notice it, to let it pass the thought resistance without meaning more than it already does. I'd rather stay a little longer and drift away without knowing why. Not because I'm holding on, but because some moments deserve to finish their own sentence. The night feels open, like it's giving me time to decide nothing at all. Lights don't rush to fade, thoughts don't push forward. Everything waits as if waiting is enough. I've learned how easy it is to disappear quietly, to let distance grow without resistance. But tonight I don't feel the need to fade into something undefined. And I don't need certainty, I don't need direction. I just want to remain where the feeling still breathes, where silence hasn't turned cold yet, where presence feels intentional. Drifting away can feel gentle, but it can also be avoidance, leaving before meaning is time to settle. So I stay not out of fear, but out of respect for what this moment is. The air feels softer here, time moves slower, or maybe I finally stopped measuring it. There's comfort in staying aware, in not letting everything blur. The rhythm stays low and steady, like a tide that doesn't pull too hard. It keeps me grounded, reminds me that movement isn't always progress. Sometimes stillness is the choice. I don't promise permanence, I don't ask for more. I simply allow myself to be present a little longer than habit would suggest. Drifting away
will always be an option. It doesn't disappear. But so does staying, and staying asks for honesty, for attention, for patience. I listen to what remains unspoken. It's quieter than expectation, but clearer than doubt. It tells me I don't have to leave it just because nothing is demanded that I stay. So tonight I remain. Not forever, not dramatically, just long enough to feel complete here. If I drift away tomorrow, it will be gently, without confusion, because I stayed long enough to understand why this mattered. And sometimes that's better than drifting away too soon.
There was a moment I realized we stopped standing apart, not close enough to be defined, not distant enough to ignore. Somewhere between conversation and silence, we became something familiar. It wasn't planned, nothing announced it, it just happened slowly, like recognition instead of discovery, as if we had been moving toward the same place without knowing it. I don't remember the exact day it shifted, only that things felt easier after. Laughter didn't need explanation, pauses didn't feel awkward, being present felt natural. We didn't promise anything, we didn't name what this was, but there was comfort in knowing I wasn't standing alone anymore. Not ahead, not behind, just alongside. One of us means sharing space without possession, listening without fixing, existing without performance. It's subtle, but it changes how the world feels. Grew quieter, not emptier, just more intentional. Moments slowed down enough to notice small details, like how calm can exist without certainty. I don't wonder where this leads, I don't measure what it should become. Some connections don't need direction to be real, they matter because they happen, not because they arrive somewhere. The rhythm stays steady and warm, never pulling forward. It mirrors the feeling, balanced, unforced, comfortable in its own pace. I've learned that being one of us doesn't erase individuality. It softens the edges, it allows difference without distance. That's what makes it safe. If this changes later, I'll accept it. If it stays the same, that's enough too. This moment doesn't need protection, it only needs honesty. Being one of us isn't about forever, it's about now, about recognizing connection without demanding permanence. So I stay here, not holding tighter, not stepping away, just aware that something meaningful exists in this shared quiet. For tonight, being one of us is